This is the story of Leon Greenman, a Jewish man of Dutch descent, born in East London in 1910. At an early age, after the death of his mother, he and his family moved to Rotterdam, where, years later, he settled with his wife Esther and their son Barnett, and worked as an antiquarian bookseller. In 1938, visiting London, Leon saw people digging trenches in the streets and queuing up for gas masks. Concerned for his family's safety in Holland, he hurried home, intending to bring his family to England. The whispers of war were growing louder and louder. The Nazis bombed Rotterdam on the 10th of May 1940. The city burned for 4 days. After the Nazi occupation, food was rationed and punitive laws for Jews were introduced. Forced to wear a yellow Star of David, they were treated as non-citizens. They had already become prisoners. On the 8th of October 1942, Leon and his family, along with many Jews, were taken from their homes to Westerbork concentration camp. The family was split into male and female barracks, with restricted time to see each other. Once or twice a week, to make room for new arrivals, 1,000 or more Jews were sent to Auschwitz concentration camp. Leon fought for his family's right, as British subjects, to be interned. But they were betrayed, their documents destroyed, and they were refused. In January 1943, Leon and his family were deported to Auschwitz. The train journey lasted 36 hours. Leon's family were not permitted to leave their compartment. The windows were covered up. They had nothing to eat or drink. They arrived in Auschwitz on a cold, dark morning. Leon was taken to Birkenau, which housed 100,000 prisoners and was placed in barracks with 1,000 others. Over the next 7 weeks, Leon and the other prisoners were starved, beaten, murdered, or left to die. Leon was then moved to Auschwitz, where he experienced continuous forced labour, beatings, and severe rationing. From Auschwitz, Leon was taken to Monowitz slave labour camp, known for its intolerable conditions and harsh concentration camp life. By offering his services as a barber, a skill he had learnt before the war, and singing in barracks for the prisoners in return for food, Leon survived in Monowitz for 18 months. By January 1945, there was growing evidence that Hitler was losing the war. Leon wondered, if the Nazis lost, what would they do with the prisoners? Leon wondered, where was his family? All 10,000 prisoners were forced to walk 90 kilometers to Glevitz in heavy snow. Surviving what became known as the Death March, Leon boarded a coal train, along with many other prisoners, to Buchenwald concentration camp. Facing defeat, Hitler ordered all barracks to be blown up, destroying Buchenwald along with all the prisoners. However, on the 11th of April 1945, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, General Patton's Third Army liberated the camp before the order was carried out. Leon was then able to see the full extent of what the Nazis had perpetrated in the camps. It was now time for Leon to return home in search of his family. Leon soon found out the brutal truth. His wife Esther and his son Barnett had been dead for 3 years. They had been gassed at Auschwitz on their arrival. In 1962, he saw a rally by the leader of the National Front and was horrified at the sentiments of intolerance and hatred still being expressed. From then on, he began to campaign against racism, Nazism, and fascism. In 1993, following his involvement in a campaign against the election of a BNP councillor in East London, Leon received a death threat thrown through his living room window attached to a brick. He was forced to install mesh shutters on the windows of his Ilford home as protection. In 2003, at the age of 94, Leon was sent a Christmas card by local fascists. The card read that the Nazis should have finished him off.